I have been feeling very, very overwhelmed and very, very stressed, and we're here to fix it. We are here to fix it because I don't want to feel that way. I do not want to feel that way. And instead of moping around and, being sad, I decided to get up and actually do something fun and productive. And obviously, whenever I'm feeling down, whenever I'm feeling stressed, one of the most healing and blissful activities that I can do is plant care. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be taking care of some of my plants. Due to me having a hard time lately, unfortunately, some of my plants have been neglected. So I wanna take care of that. I wanna take everybody off of here because probably every single plant on the shelf needs a watering. And then I will also just wanna give this shelf a nice little clean because this shelf always gets so dirty. So we're just gonna have a nice little cozy time. I'm gonna talk about my experience, why I'm feeling stressed out, why I'm feeling overwhelmed, and what I'm trying to do in order to fix it. This will definitely be a more relaxed, casual, chit-chatty video. So I still hope you will enjoy it. I still hope you will get some entertainment out of it. I recommend you put this video on in the background while doing some of your own chores, whether they be planting chores, cleaning, whatever. And also I hope this video just brings you a little bit of comfort and knowledge that you are not alone and that no matter what you're going through, there is always somebody else who is going through a similar experience. And we are all in this crazy journey that's called life together. And I think openly talking about the issues that we are going through is such an important thing. And I really want to voice my own opinion, voice my own journey, because even if I can help one person or make one person realize that they're not alone, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. That makes me more than joyous. Anyway, that was a long intro. Let's get started, shall we? Also, I have you on my little tracking device, so the camera should follow me around, hopefully. But yeah, basically what has been going on, I had a very stressful week at work, mainly because we just have crazy deadlines, and I really got in my head, y'all. I really got in my head. I was feeling so bad, and I felt like I was just such a bad employee, and that no matter what I did, it just was not turning out well. Okay, I had to turn off the little face tracking thing because it was getting a little bit confused. For those of you who don't know, I am an artist working in the mobile video game industry, and right now that industry is suffering. It's suffering a big time. People aren't really, playing games. People aren't paying money for games because obviously we live in this crazy world where everything is so freaking expensive. So obviously people aren't prioritizing spending money, their hard-earned money, on video games, which is totally understandable. And unfortunately, the big companies, they're greedy. They want more. They want more. It's never enough money for them. They always gotta keep earning more and, just raising the bar every single year. Unfortunately, due to that, we have been just bombarded by so much work and crazy deadlines. And working in the gaming industry, deadlines aren't a foreign thing, which is unfortunate because you would think that, if you want to make a good game, you really just want to take your time. But unfortunately, making good games nowadays isn't necessarily the priority. The priority is making money. And of course you gotta make money. I mean, how else are you gonna, pay your employees, pay for a space? So I get that, obviously. You want to make money and you wanna make a lot of money. Obviously, that is clear as day. But to me, I definitely didn't become an artist, or I didn't want to become an artist for the money. I wanted to become an artist so I could make cool games that would make somebody's day. I wanted to make games that were similar to the ones that I was playing when I was a kid, the games that inspired me. That's the reason why I wanted to work in the mobile game industry. However, Yeah, unfortunately, that's not really the case anymore. And just because of, just the craziness in this world, and because we are having all of these crazy deadlines, I was feeling very, very stressed. And as an artist, we are kind of like known to be perfectionists to a fault. And unfortunately, I really, really got in my head, and I was just, it was not good. It was not good, okay? I was feeling very down on myself. I was feeling like I'm constantly doing a bad job, and I was not having a good time. And obviously, the things that I was working on, because of the way I was feeling, the things that I worked on also suffered because I wasn't putting like my whole self into them. I wasn't passionate about it. I was like literally just trying to survive, which is fine. Obviously, you can't always give 100% of yourself, but unfortunately, there's just this standard in the world that tells you that you always need to be like 100% at your workplace. Like there is no regard for the fact that we are, after all, just humans. Like, we are just humans, and if you are a human being, you can't give 100% of yourself all the time. You will have days where you will put in 200%, but then you will also have those days where you just can put in 30%. And listen, if 30% is all you have that day, you're giving it your all. You're giving 100% of the energy you have. But of course, it is hard to, think of that way when you're in such a high stress situation and where you're just constantly bombarded by just this talk that you need to be more productive, that you need to be more efficient, that you need to be more. And I don't know, like, when is it good enough? Like, when can I just do my work, love what I do, and just be like, just be okay. You know what I mean? Like, just be okay. Like, why do we always have to push ourselves? Why do we always have to go above and beyond on like literally everything we do? Like, that is insane. That is insanity. We are not built like that. And now I am a person that has been at this company for 7 years. Okay, I have been working professionally as an artist for 7 freaking years. And listen, in the beginning, it was great. And in the beginning, I had a lot of ambition, and I was still very much a beginner when it came to art. So obviously, I saw a lot more and faster improvement. But after 7 years, those improvements come a lot slower and a lot harder. And it just takes time to see those improvements. However, I also often put that pressure on myself, which I shouldn't be doing. I really shouldn't be doing, because, like, what does it matter? Like, why am I competing with myself all the freaking time? Like, I should be just happy with the work that I do and, do my 8 hours, do my best. Obviously, I always want to do my best. I never want to slack off, and this whole speech isn't about me not wanting to work. Like, I love to work. I love being productive, but I think I just need to do a good job, and that's it. Like, that's it. I don't need to go above and beyond every single time on every single task. That is just not plausible. It is not plausible. I was really having a hard time focusing and just staying clear-minded, which obviously, again, just affected my work. And I really had a hard time, motivating myself. And yeah, it just resulted in me getting very, very burnt out and very, very discouraged. And then I, of course, entered into a loop of horrible anxiety and depression, and it was not a cute time. I actually had like 2 nights that I was literally crying myself to sleep. Yeah. For what? Over work? Like, girl, like, looking back at it, I wish I could go back and just, look at myself and just just give myself a good old slap, because honestly, like, girl, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Why are you so stressed about this silly thing? This silly thing. Like, we are not curing cancer. We're just making silly little video games. But yeah, that's just the nature of the human race, I think. We always put so much pressure on ourselves, and it's insanity. It's insanity. So if you're watching this and if you're feeling like any pressure, it doesn't have to be work related. Obviously, I speak from my own experience, and I think at this current point in time, work is kind of my biggest stressor. Like, everything else in my life is pretty good, I would say. Like, my social circle is good, my family is good, my living situation, I guess. I would love to own my own place. That is something that I would love to do. But unfortunately, in this economy, that is a little bit hard. But yeah, obviously, I'm just speaking for myself, but work is definitely probably my primary stressor. But if you're going through something similar, a situation that is really stressing you out and overwhelming you, I just want to say to really take a step back and analyze if it's worth stressing over this thing. And honestly, just have a real good conversation with yourself. I feel like that is something we don't do. I feel like we don't sit ourselves down and have a good talk with ourselves, which is another reason why I actually love filming these kinds of videos, because although I'm filming, this is very therapeutic for me. I feel like sharing my feelings, my emotions, really is just good therapy. So on that note, if you are listening and watching to this, I do want to thank you, because you guys are just fabulous, honestly. Like, you guys leave the nicest comments. They always make my day. And just knowing that some of y'all are watching me and listening to me and understand me, like really understand me, is such a wonderful feeling. And I feel like this whole YouTube community, and honestly, even this whole channel, has been so helpful for my mental health. And I really appreciate y'all for being here and for listening to me. It really means the world. Saying things out loud and having a good chat with ourselves is really important, and I feel like we don't do it enough. I always ask myself, how would I talk to a friend in this situation? Like, if a friend came to me with this exact issue and was having the exact same struggles, what would my reaction be? Like, what would I tell them? And let me tell you, I would not treat any of my friends the way I treat myself. So why the hell am I being so mean to myself and saying all of these horrible things about how I am bad at my job, about how I am worthless, about how I don't deserve anything? Like, why would I even think those things? Like, obviously they're not true, and it's just silly. It's just really silly. So that is something that really helps me a lot. Just that question, like, how would I treat a friend in this situation? And 9 times out of 10, it really helps me realize that maybe things aren't as bad, and maybe I am just catastrophizing a little bit. Now, of course, everybody has their own situations, and everybody has their own kind of like mental issues as well. So I don't want to tell you that it's easy, or I don't want to tell you to just, get over it, because obviously it's not that easy. Maybe if you have like a normal functioning brain, but unfortunately for me, I was born with a clown brain. So my brain processes information very differently, and oftentimes it's very mean to me. It's very mean to me. And I feel like that is something very relatable. I feel like a lot of us have mean little brains that tell us nasty things. So I just want to let you know that you're not alone. I see you, and I support you, and I truly wish the best for you, and I wish the best for myself, because that's what I should be wishing for myself. I should be hyping myself up the way I hype up my friends, the way I tell them, girl, you're fabulous, girl, you're gorgeous, girl, you're amazing. You know, that's how I should talk to myself. That is how we all should talk to ourselves. But of course, easier said than done, because the demons be doing their things, and telling us all of this nasty crap, and it ain't fun. It ain't fun. That's all I have to say. That it ain't fun. But we have to fight. We have to fight. We cannot just sit there and let the thoughts control us, because at the end of the day, your brain, your thoughts, you're in control of them. Remember that. Just you are in control. They are not. They are just thoughts. An exercise that I really love, and I learned this from yoga actually, is to think of your thoughts as clouds. So imagine yourself, you're just kind of chilling on a nice field. It's a nice cozy meadow, there's a light breeze in the air, and you're just looking at the sky, and it's filled with lovely, beautiful clouds. And those clouds are your thoughts, and you just wanna watch them pass by. You don't wanna give them any time of day. You don't wanna focus on a particular cloud. You just kind of wanna watch them drift away and let them pass. Let them move on, and don't dwell on them. That particular exercise is really helpful for me because it visualizes my thoughts, and it visualizes this idea of letting them go, of not dwelling on them, of not letting them take over my brain. Because honestly, if I focus on a certain thought too much, and if I kind of think about it too much or observe it too much, it can become very obsessive, and it can just take over to the point where I can't shut off my brain, and I just keep thinking about this one thing. So if you get into this loop where you're just kind of overthinking about the same old thing, try the cloud technique. Try to just imagine it as a passing thought, and just let it go. Let it pass. Let it drift away. Let it be gone with the wind, because you don't need it. Trust me. Trust me, you don't need it. And once you forget that thought, you will probably not even remember you had that thought in the first place. I hope at least some of this is making sense. Obviously, this is very non-scripted. I don't script any of my videos, girl. I'm too lazy to script my videos. And also, I feel like scripting your videos really takes away from the authenticity. I don't know. I don't wanna. I'm not the biggest fan of scripted content. I definitely prefer just cozy, chatty, laid back kind of content. And that's definitely the kind of creators that I love to watch. For example, Charmaine, or Miss Sherman, if you're nasty, from Unplanned Parenthood. I love her content because it's just, most of the time, it's just her doing her thing, going about her days, sharing her thoughts in those long ass videos. If you don't know who Unplanned Parenthood is, she's a plant YouTuber that makes these crazy long videos. They are insane. They're 3-4 hours sometimes. Crazy. I don't know how she does it. Kudos to her. I literally lose my mind if I have to edit an hour-long video. That, for me, an hour-long video is a marathon to edit. So kudos to her. But yeah, I just love that kind of content. I just love listening to somebody talk about their life, talk about their story, and just share their experiences, basically, because I don't know, it feels a lot more relatable, and it feels like I'm just hanging out with a friend, and that is literally my only goal for this channel. I want this channel to be just a cozy place where you can come and hang out with your friend and listen to your friend bitch and moan about work and other stuff that are bothering me. So yeah, I hope that I can achieve that. I hope I can achieve that goal. I hope so. Anyway, I cleaned these 2 shelves and I have a lot of plants on the floor, and I mean a lot of plants on the floor. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all of these to the bathroom, gonna give them a water, put them back, and then we'll do this last little section. I hope you're enjoying this video thus far. I hope it's not too boring, and if it is, I'm very, very sorry. Alrighty, so I watered this entire section, and as I assumed, all of them were pretty dry, but they are all nice and watered now and happy little campers. Back to what we were talking about, I do want to mention that I am feeling a lot better now, mentally at least. Mentally, I'm in a good place. Like I said, I had a really good chat with myself, and I told myself, listen, honey, listen. Get your shit together. Get your shit together, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Ain't nobody else gonna get your crap together for yourself. So the best thing you can do for yourself, and honestly, what you should be doing for yourself, because you should love yourself and honor yourself and give yourself the permission to get your crap together. So anyway, yes, mentally feeling a lot better. However, another thing that has been affected with all of this stress has been my physical health, unfortunately. And if you saw my last weekly vlog, the last week in my life that I posted, I was talking about how I was having some issues in my upper back, neck area, and that's it's no news for me. It's no news for me. I have been struggling with this area for years now, 4 years. And obviously it's mostly because I sit like a little shrimpy while I'm working and while I'm, drawing. And obviously I'm working for 8 hours a day. So that's a lot of shrimp mode, okay? That's a lot of shrimp mode. And unfortunately, it's not good for my back. And I did go to physical therapy last year for it, but I kind of didn't do much. But it was fine. It was manageable. Like I knew my triggers. I knew what would help, and it was fine. And usually the pain was mostly around like my right shoulder blade. However, this time around, like my whole upper back was in pain, and I got such a huge muscle knot. It was literally like this size. Around my trapezius muscle, which is this muscle over here. Huge knot there, and it was so painful. Like for the last 2 nights, I barely slept because I just couldn't fall asleep. So yeah, that has been not fun. And obviously one of the biggest contributors to that pain is also stress, because I hold a lot of my stress in my shoulder and the neck area, because when I am stressed, first of all, I'm not really conscious of my posture, and usually I'm pretty tight. My jaw is tight, my shoulders are tight. I'm just all around very tight, and not in a good way, okay? Not in a good way, not in a sexy way. I'm tight in a bad way. And I know a lot of people, some people hold a lot of tension in their hips or in their jaw, but for me it's the shoulder area. For me, it's the freaking shoulder area, and it has not been a fun experience going through it. However, I did recently change out the way I sit at my desk and the way I have my monitors configured, and that seems to have helped. And also, like I said, I'm feeling a lot better mentally, so that is obviously also helping my physical being. But I do this every single time. Every single time I stress myself out and I get to this state where I can't find my little squirty squirt. Where's my little squirty squirt? My little squirty squirt. Where are you at, girl? Do you all see my, there's my squirty squirt. I was looking for my cleaning solution. But yeah, anyways, I always go in this wicked cycle where, I feel fine, and then I push myself and I overwork myself and I stress myself the hell out and I burn out. And then I have these horrible pains and I go through months of, recovery and, trying to fix my posture and fix my back and fix my mental health. And then the moment I do fix my back and fix my mental health, I just go straight back to overworking myself and burning myself out. And then I go it's just such a wicked circle. And it is very hard to escape it. It is very hard to escape it. I work a lot on my mental health. I work a lot on, like I said, I do a lot of these exercises for my mental health and stuff like that. And I have definitely come a long way, because back in the day, let's say 2020, Matt, girl, he would be depressed for a month straight. And this time I was only for 2 days, which is, but for my standards, that's fabulous. For my standards, that's fabulous. And also, the frequency of how often in a year I get really depressed or down on myself has also very much decreased throughout the years. And part of it is just growing up and realizing that ain't nobody know what they're doing. Ain't nobody know what they are doing. I just hate how I have all of these physical ailments at such an early age. I'm 28 years old. I should not be suffering in pain and not being able to sleep. I should literally be running around and screaming, I'm in the best shape of my life. If you know where that's from, you're my MVP. But yeah, basically, it just drains me. It just drains me so much. And I really hate that we live in this world where where it's all about hustle culture and productivity, and where your worth is measured in how productive and how much stuff you can get done. I don't know. I guess it's mostly, I suppose, a millennial and Gen X thing. I think the newer generations, the alphas and whatever the frick they're called nowadays, the children, I don't think they suffered that much from it. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know any children. I'm not hanging out with children. Girl, I could never. But yeah, I think that they're kind of stepping away from that hustle culture, which I'm so glad about, because it's toxic. However, still a lot of management and a lot of these upper class people are millennials and kind of older generations who did grow up in that hustle culture. And I mean, a large amount of my demographic is in that kind of age group from 25 to 35. And we know how hard it is. We have been taught our whole lives this idea that we are not good enough if we're not always productive, if we're not always putting in 100% all the time. If you don't get into the college you want, if you don't finish the college with straight A grades, if you don't get your dream job by 21, I mean, come on, literally in our culture today, it's 25, you're old, and if you don't have a dream job and a 401k and a huge house by the age of 30, what are you doing with your life? You're a failure, you know what I mean? Which is crazy. I mean, how many people nowadays are literally in their 20s and calling themselves old, or they're failures, or their life means nothing? That is insanity. I was actually watching one of Jake's videos, Plant Gay for Life, another amazing plant YouTuber, and he's also somewhere around 20 something, I believe, or 30. Late 20s, early 30s, doesn't matter. But he was also saying about how we should just stop calling ourselves old. And I was like, yes, freaking yes. And that's just another, I mean, I do that. I call myself old all the time. And I'm like, girl, chill. Freaking chill. You're literally just a 28-year-old child. You're just now exiting the child stage. I feel until 25 you're literally a child, literally a freaking child. I mean, you literally from the age of 18, let's say you become an adult at the age of 18, which I do not think that's a thing. I think you don't become an actual adult until maybe 30, maybe 30. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say, even if you become an adult at like 18 and now I'm 28, that means that I have been only adulting for like 10 years. That's nothing. That is nothing. I am just now kind of getting good at adulting. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's wild. It's wild, y'all. It's wild. I'm really curious to know your opinions on this topic. Like, what do you feel about like this whole productivity, the hustle culture? Like, do you experience that same pressure, or are you just like, I'm good. And if you're in that second camp, God, I envy you, and I hope that one day I can be like you. Like, I have this one friend, literally coolest person ever. Like, she is the epitome of cool. Like, nothing shakes her. She's just, first of all, she's the sweetest angel ever. She's the sweetest baby angel ever. Looks like she could beat the crap out of you, but would never actually do it. But she I envy her so much because she just seems so chill about like everything. And she does obviously have problems and suffers from stuff, but I feel like she handles everything in life with such grace and such maturity, and I'm just like, I am always just so impressed by her. And whenever we like hang out and we talk about like deeper stuff and deeper issues, I'm just like, wow, damn. Damn. And obviously, like I said, nobody is perfect. We all have our issues. We all have things we go through. We all have our demons that we have to fight on the daily. But some people are just cool. You know what I mean? Some people they don't sweat the little things. Like they're just vibing. They're just vibing. And that is my goal in life. I just wanna vibe. I just wanna do my thing, live my life, be happy, and like take care of my silly little plants. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. But yeah, I really want to know your opinion. So please chime down below. And I cleaned this section right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and water all of these plants. And then we're gonna call it quits. Oh, I had like a Coke before I started filming this, and now I'm like, wee! The energy is through the roof, honey, through the roof. We are done. Everybody is watered. The whole shelf is clean, and it is looking so nice. I love when I get to clean this whole thing. It just makes it look like 10 times better. It's always a task. But it's always a lot more fun when I do it with y'all. Y'all are seriously just amazing. You're amazing. You're just amazing. And I hope you know that. I really do. And if you made it all the way to the end, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, thank you. And third of all, leave me a little heart emoji in your favorite color. Any color, heart emoji, any shape, any form, whatever you want. And I just want to say that if you are going through a hard time, that you got this. You will get through this. Nothing is permanent, and neither are our problems. So please just stick it out and know that you're not alone, and know that I really love and appreciate every single one of you. And I really just wish the best for you. And on that note, I hope you have a super amazing, fabulous, gorgeous day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.